Welcome to the Build on Beauty podcast, where beauty is born skin deep. Now, here's your host, author, speaker, entrepreneur, Cornell Jermaine.
Mo's, Coco, and the kids moving back home. It's Black family magic.
Smile, there you go.
We're one big happy family under one happy roof.
I hope you've been studying. You need to teach me how you do that.
It's a gift, baby.
Black family magic is being together.
Sticking together.
And praying together.
James, help me!
It's doing everything with a little bit of attitude.
Hey, James. Do I know you?
Black family magic is confusing.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
Is Badir's sweet potato pie.
Whoa!
Can I get some of that?
Black family magic is snapping peas on the porch. Snap the ends off while we engage in conversation. That's what the old folk call Snapchat.
Time for the McKellen slide!
Thank you all for joining me today. We have a very special guest today. She is an award-winning talent, one of Hollywood's most loved and respected actresses. Please help me welcome the lovely Miss Loretta Devine. Miss Loretta, how are you today?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing very well. We thank you for joining us. We want to talk a little bit about your body of work and some of the things that you have going on right now. You've been in entertainment for so long, and I think for many of us, you've just been around so long that we don't know much about your background. How did you get into show business?
Well, I caught a plane to New York, and that's one way. I graduated from University of Houston. I studied theater at Brandeis University. I have my master's from Brandeis University and my undergraduate degree from University of Houston. And I worked in theater almost all my life. I taught for a while at the Black Art Center in Houston, Texas, when I first came out of college. And I've just been doing it forever.
So one of your biggest projects that we remember you for the past is Dreamgirls. That's like one of the biggest in New York. You mentioned going to New York from Texas. Was that, would you say, your big role in your beginnings?
Oh, I had done a couple of Broadway shows before Dreamgirls came along. I worked in one show called Coming Uptown with Gregory Hine, even before Dreamgirls. But Dreamgirls hit in the 80s, so that was when I became known, I think.
Okay. Now, I heard you say at one point that was a tough period for you. Why is that?
Well, it's like when you first start out, you're on your own. You don't know what's up or down. You're auditioning against everybody. So I wouldn't say that necessarily it was tough. It was just getting accustomed to New York and the lifestyle there. But I've always been able to work. So it was a wonderful time in my life. I was young and full of fun, I guess you would say.
Now, you did so much on in New York on Broadway, as you stated. Then you transitioned into Hollywood, film and television. Talk to us about how that transition came about.
Well, I got my first big movie, which was Little Nikita with Sidney Poitier, and that's when I first came out to Los Angeles. I didn't have a car yet, and I made the mistake of buying a stick shift, so I had to try to figure out how to drive that. That didn't work out really good because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. And I had to learn how to get around Los Angeles. But everything worked out, and from there I got TV shows. I got Sugar and Spice with Vicki Lynn Reynolds, and you know, it's like a snowball that starts to roll, and you slowly get little bits and pieces of things to do. And so that's how everything went for me. I went from one, and once people found out that you wanted to work and that you were, I think what's most important for young people to know is that people have to know you're going to get there on time, you're going to be prepared to do it and do it well, and once that happens, everything just begins to grow.
Was there a big difference between the Broadway scene versus the Hollywood as far as the business of it is concerned?
Well, Hollywood is more, once you get it, there's a lot of more waiting. I think Broadway with theater and television and film are just so different. The genres are very different. You make a lot more money on television than in film because more people see you. It's exposed to more, And now in this new generation that we're in with the internet, God, everything is just so different now from when I first started. The opportunities are greater. Young people have so much more ways of getting into the business. It's not as, I had to come to New York. I had to come to L.A., but young kids now are able to get on it through their webisodes and like Israel, she was discovered off the internet. There are all kinds of ways of being discovered now. So I think everything is a little easier, and there are more outlets for people. So there's Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, which my new show is going to be dropping on July 10th on Wednesday. So we want everybody to know about that.
Yes, we definitely want to get into that. Family Reunion, Netflix, Wednesday, July 10th. We want everybody to be watching it. As it pertains to your experience in Hollywood, many of us know you for your film Waiting to Exhale. How did that role come about for you?
I had to audition. I auditioned against all the women that were here in L.A. that were also trying to get that role. And I got lucky, and I was cast. And I think I was one of the first people to get cast. I didn't know, I probably could have gotten a lot more money. Leela always fusses at me, saying, "Girl, you can get more money," because that determined her salary too. So, if you don't know, you don't know. But it was one of the biggest things I'd ever done. It really changed my life, I must say.
Yes, and I must ask before we move on, we'll be celebrating her birthday very soon. How was it working with the great late Whitney Houston?
Oh, my God. She was wonderful. She was the kind of person that sung all day when we would be waiting to start or when we were just sitting there chilling. She had a very, very joyful spirit. That's what I remember about her the most. Easy to laugh, liked to joke. Was kind of shy in some ways too, because she was just starting out with the acting. She was a well-known singer, So it was a joy to be around her and to work with her. I still cry when I hear her music. I love her so. You cannot, after having met with me and known her even for a little bit, you could not, not love her.
I'm excited about your new series on Netflix, Family Reunion. I was able to see the trailer, and this just looks like a fun, exciting show that represents black families in a great light. Tell us about that experience working on that project.
Oh, God, I think people are going to love it so much because it's a show that you can watch with your entire family and talk about some of the issues that are brought up. And Meg DeLuff is the creator, and she's also the showrunner. Tia Mowry, everybody knows her from Sister Sister, one of the most brilliant comedy actors you will ever see. A new spirit, Anthony Alabi, plays my son, and Richard Roundtree plays my husband. So it's going to be a great experience. There are 4 young kids that the world will be introduced to in Family Reunion, God, if I name everybody, I'll use up all my time. But it's the kind of show that it's a new breed of a show. It's not just a sitcom because sometimes it looks like a single camera show, and then there are other times where it has that sitcom feeling. We always had an audience that we performed to, so we knew what was working with the laughter. So it's something that I think the world is going to really love once they get a hold of it.
Well, Miss Loretta Devine, we are excited about this new project and excited to see you still on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to watch the lovely Miss Loretta Devine in the series Family Reunion starting July 10th, only on Netflix. Miss Loretta, thank you so much for joining me.
It's so good talking to you.
This has been the Build on Beauty podcast, where beauty is born skin deep. I'm your host, Cornell Jermaine. Until next time, let your soul be made whole. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Build on Beauty podcast. For more information about our host, please visit CornellJermaine.com.